Hello, 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 everybody. Are you as excited as I am with Trump? This is such a historic moment. Um, I am so happy to witness this. Everything that this man has gone through has been incredible. I will admit, I did not think that Trump had. I wouldn't say I didn't think he had no chance, but I did not think that the lines of information would be opened up. I didn't foresee all this. Therefore, I was like, they're just going to be talking about him being, oh, he's going to jail and da 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 da. So he is coming over here to the Capital One. I think it's the Capital One building. It's the inauguration ceremony, and I believe he will be signing these historic executive orders. Happy President Trump is president again. Yes, Miss Ree. Amen, amen, amen. Hold on, let me make sure I'm good with Instagram. Yes, I am. I'm excited. How are you feeling, Miss Ree? How are you feeling? But I am very excited. Let me see here. I want to get Mr. Trump on the screen. So as we chat, you can see. No. Hold on now. Why is it not showing? Nope, don't want that. Okay, there we go. Hey, Miss Keisha Benton. Hi. Hey, boo, hey. Hey, boo, hey. All right, let's do that. All right, there we go. Now we cooking. Now we got some grease in the pan. So, I was watching the interactions of Joe and Kamala as Trump was saying different things, talking about, the DEI stuff, talking about getting rid of, the immigration, talking about transgender. Those are the yes, Ms. Marie, I'm blessed and happy to be living in real time for the golden age. Amen. Amen. I believe that God has ordained this time and allowed us to be here and witness all of this. Not for us to just sit back and just be watchers, but for God's people to be engaged, because we are seeing a revival. I don't know, Ms. Ree, are you seeing the revival that's happening across America? People of faith, new people coming to faith, just Christianity being talked about, just all over the place. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. I surely am. It's quite a time to be alive, and I believe that God is using this for us to not sit back and just be watchers, like I said, but actually be participants in what is going on. A lot of the things that Revelation talks about are political things. We know that there's going to be a temple rebuilt that will be a political thing. We know that the mark of the beast, that will be a political thing. Like, all of these things will be political. So we have to be the watchman on the wall and helping others to see. Absolutely. But my kids are calling me Mama Coon. Tell them they're going to have to come up with another name. Tell them that's old. They're going to have to get a little more creative. Like, remember the guy from not this Sunday, but last Sunday, and he called us, it was so good. Coontastic 4? See, that's creative. Stuff like that. Come on, tell them to get a little bit more creative, because we've heard all that before. We've heard it all before. Don't let me get like Sunshine. Heard it all before. Okay. But they shouldn't be calling you that either, Miss Ree. They shouldn't be doing that. Come on, kids, don't do your mama like that. But let's see here. Let's see. I want to go over the executive orders that he is expected to sign today. They say it's close to 100. I don't know if he's going to do all of those here at the Capital One Arena or if he's going to do some, but there is a desk at the Capital One Arena, so we're anticipating that he will sign it there. This is so adorable. Look at JD Vance's son just like leaning on the thing. Miss Reese said, I pay them no mind, but keep them in prayer. I absolutely will. God can do it. Do you have older kids, Miss Reese, or younger? Look at JD Vance's son. Kids don't be having no respect. But I love that it shows their normalness, that's what kids do. JD Vance's son's like, that's daddy, that's not vice president. I don't know what this new name, vice president, that's dad. So unless daddy tell me to get down, I'll get it. Oh, you said they are grown. Mama Coon. Girl, that is too funny. But I love that JD Vance's son is there with him. Okay, what do you guys think about Melania's outfit? First of all, Melania beats, baby, okay? Melania she always looks really, really great. So I love the hat. I love the double-breasted suit dress combo. It was like a suit dress. I thought that was cute. However, I don't think the hat was good for this. Not that kind of hat, because it covered up her eyes. And I get she's a model and all that kind of stuff. But I just did not think, I think she looked great. She looks great, but I just didn't think the hat was good for this event. Because we can't see her face, we can't see her eyes. But let me know what y'all think. That's just my little 2 cents. But what do you think? Let's tune in here and see what they're saying. So it's pretty much still the band, just playing and things like that. So I think behind them they have there's congressmen, there's their children, grandchildren. That's pretty much what I've seen. I want to see. I heard it. President Trump is to sign 200. Okay, yes, and I love how you wives take cues from your husbands. Oh gosh. Yeah. What do you think about her outfit, Miss Reed? I think she looks pretty. I mean, she always looks good. But again, y'all know I was rocking with, have all the cabinets been confirmed? No, all the cabinet members have not been confirmed yet, I don't think. Y'all check me on that. I don't think. I know that he has signed some documents already. The hat could go. Yeah, I didn't think it was right for the moment. But still, it's gonna go down in American fashion history. It's gonna be it's gonna be an iconic look. How is the next first lady going to top that? Okay, because Melania be coming through with the fits. Um, I'm with you. That hat could go, but I did not support, Trump in the beginning for probably two reasons. His second go around, because there was some things that he did in his first administration I was not happy with, and some things he said and did. And I mean, that's obvious. You're not going to be happy with a president, every single thing that a president does. Then I thought, well, I guess three things. Wasn't happy with some of the things Trump did and said. Was not happy with. I thought that DeSantis was just honestly a better pick at the time. And also, what was my third thing? I thought that the media, it was just going to be convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon. I did not anticipate all the information aisles that would be opened up, the information lines. I did not anticipate, Elon, um you know that being opened up. How do I feel about the TikTok situation? See, again, I do not think that America needs TikTok. Look at what it's doing to our children. It's a national security issue. Now, Trump says, okay, maybe we can work out a deal where America has 50% ownership. But they still have our information. I'm not comfortable with a adversarial foreign country having all of our information, and we can see that their goal was to ruin our children. And so, no, I'm just not. I don't like it. I was so happy it got shut down. I was, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. But what do you think, Miss Ree? Um, but yeah, I didn't like that. Look at the little boy. That's funny. That's hilarious. Let's mess up mama and daddy hair. Absolutely 100. My daughter calls it TikTok University. I mean, I hear a lot of people are like, "Oh, where are we going to find this recipe now? Where are we going to listen? We can make it American, something similar. We have to protect our national security. We cannot be having an adversarial foreign country having access to our stuff like that. I ain't with that. I'm not with it. Mm-mm. I don't like it. Mhm. I loves me a good band too. Get them knees high. I used to be in the band. Hey, hey, the mama disciple. Is that Rihanna? Hey, Rihanna. How are you? Um, yeah, bands take me back. They take me back. I Let's see if I can. Let's see. We're gonna mute that for now. Yes, yes. Give it here. See, you never stop mothering. So my daughter is cooking, and you know how you use an injector? She didn't know how to twist. Oh, wait, this is broke. Something is missing. This
That's the
one
only
is.
thing that was in the package.
Oh well, something is. Wow, injected. Something is missing in here. Maybe you could pull this out and try to put it through from the bottom. And can you bring me a paper towel? Golly. I don't have it and I don't understand it, and it should go. Um, what you don't have? What did I ask? I don't forgot. I don't have it and I don't understand it. Oh, TikTok. You don't have TikTok. Um, you don't have TikTok. You don't understand, and it should go. Yeah, it definitely should go. Thank you. Let's see. I want to show you guys this. Let's get some good laughs. Like while we're waiting for these executive orders. So look at this, y'all. Okay, so I saw this while we're waiting for Trump. And let's look at this. So this is top 10 funniest Biden fails. Oh gosh, that's just. Let's see. Then we have this one.
Thank you for welcoming us here today. And Secretary Cardona and Mayor Bowser and Chancellor Fairby, thank you for joining us as well.
Oh my
and for
God.
families across the country,
Lord, have
the
mercy.
school year, gosh, it always brings this sort of mix
Just
of
walked out.
emotions for all of us. All at once, we feel the anticipation of
And he's back.
classmates and teachers.
We don't have to
the
deal with
relief
this
of
kind of
not
stuff
having
no
to
more.
hear, I'm bored again.
Oh Lord. Now this one took the cake. Ay. Bless his soul. Mm. Let's see. Why wasn't I invited to the inaugural? Who says I wasn't? I was. I had several invitations. I was. Let's see. Miss Risa, my brother was supposed to go to church for MLK today, but they canceled it yesterday because of the snow that was a dusting. Going to church for him. Okay, so what, they were having like a special celebration or something for him. Yeah. Have y'all seen Chad's the part of Chad's MLK? Was he a Marxist or was he a hero or Marxist thug? I started watching it. It's good. I say go and see it. Okay, exactly, Miss Ree. It made us look weak and not. And this was like early in his administration. Here's the one for him falling off the doggone bike. All these falls were literally indicative of what was to come. Like, and what it was indicative of everything that was going on, all the corruption, all of the just his senility, Kamala's and just the incompetence. It was, we were falling off of a cliff. That was very much exactly it. These falls were indicative of what we were actually going through.
Start there. I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, that I think she's not qualified to be president.
What?
Let's start there. I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, that I think she's not qualified to be president. So let's start there.
Lord. Boy, I tell you. Okay. I'm just checking back to make sure he's not signing anything yet. So I guess M, whoever that guy thinks I wasn't invited. Oh, I guess he wants me to not be invited, probably.
When you go to church or when you're, no, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people. If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there's a man on the moon or whatever, something, or, whether those aliens are here, you got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean, you seem, no, it works. Or or the mom and dad, or the neighbor, or when you go to church, or when you're, no, I really mean it. There are trusted interlocutors. Think of the people. If your kid wanted to find out whether or not there's a man on the moon or whatever, something, or, whether those aliens are here, you got the vaccination?
Yeah.
Are you okay? I mean,
he looked really concerned. Oh, you got the vaccination? Oh, maybe he knew something that Don didn't know.
All right. There you go. Dance a little bit, Joe. Come on.
Hi,
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
All right.
There you go. Dance a little bit, Joe. Come on.
Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. I went to, hubby and I were in Orlando, and literally there was like so many people that we ran into when we went to like different stores and stuff, that nobody, and restaurants that didn't speak English. So I mean, English just sounds good to my ears right now. No shade, but it do. Mrs. King, my favorite controversial hostess. Well, hello there. Am I really that controversial? Am I? I don't try to be. I really don't. MLK is a hot topic here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we some of you guys have been with me long enough to see my transformation when learning about the truth of Martin Luther King. It was shocking for me, and it was a hard thing for me to accept. I don't know. It's just one of those things, like, you just don't want it to be true, At the funeral, when Trump and Obama was conversing, do you think all parties really don't like each other? I think Obama is trying to, and I'm going to do a video about this. He did a talk at, he called it something plurality, I don't know, something. He did a talk at his foundation. And I think if you kind of read in between the lines of his message, I think he wants to distance the Democrat Party from the progressives. He sees the writing on the wall that America does not want communism. We don't want more progressivism. So that's why you don't see him a lot with kind of like really dealing with AOC and the far left wing of the party. I think he's trying to distance himself from that. And I think Kamala knows, which is kind of why you saw her look back and kind of like, ugh. um, you know, turn her nose up, because I think Obama is trying to distance himself from that. Now, he is a Marxist, don't get it twisted. He believes all this stuff. He's just politically smart enough to see, okay, we'll never win anything continuing to push this message. And so that's what I think. I think all of that chummy, I think Barack Obama, I don't think he can stand Trump. I don't think he can stand any of us who love our country, who love God, wrong order, who love God, love the country, and respect and honor the Constitution and want to see America do well. I think he meant what he said when he was like, it's time to fundamentally change this country. I think he meant that. And I think that's why they were so he was so chummy with Trump. But in other news about Obama's, Megyn Kelly and someone, I forget her name, but she was on the Megyn Kelly show, and they were talking about Obama and Michelle's relationship, how it could be a little on the rocks. And I said, well, my marriage would be a little on the rocks too if you just admitted to the whole world that you have fantasies about gay men, or if you have fantasies about men and you're a man. Oh, thank you, Miss Reed. Thank you so much for a $10 super sticker. Thank you. Mary MM says, you mean Obama doesn't want to openly continue down the progressive road? No, I don't think he does. I think he's trying to distance himself. I'm going to do a video that is on my list of video of things to cover, because I think he doesn't. We say the Democratic Party really doesn't have a leader, because typically it would be the president, considering Joe Biden is the Democrat president, or was a Democrat president, because peace. You would think Joe Biden would be the leader. That's how it goes. But because Joe Biden is mentally gone, it goes back, it would go back to Barack Obama. I still think Barack Obama is the leader of the party. And and I think he's reading the writings on the wall. I never thought, I never thought, I see what's up with Big Mike Not Show. Exactly. So I think I don't know what the word on the curb is, they're having some marriage issues, but who knows? I never thought that people like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the older Democrats. I don't think a lot of the older Democrats are actually Marxists. I think that they have been infiltrated by the communists, and they were so just wanting the power that they were willing to bring them all in. But this is all under Barack Obama's doing. He did that. He's the one who let him in, and I guess he's like, well, I brought him in here, I guess it's time for me to get him out. But I never believed that the older Democrats were really on this, let's just do away with the Constitution and stuff. I think they were leaning into that because they thought that that's where their base was going. And they went along with it. My controversial statement, Varder is now no longer in charge. If they could just stay little till their Carter were out. Over my head. Carter is now no longer in charge. If they could just stay little till their Carter. I'm sorry. That was over my head, Kelly. I don't know, girl. Let's see. All right, let's see what else. Some of these other fails. Wait, was this real? Did they do a? It said Biden wanders off into the jungle. Lord have mercy. Like, where you going, boo? This is a jingle from I'm a Man. Okay, I'm sorry, Kelly. I don't know it. Confused on stage. This was a lot. Lord, y'all, I'm gonna have to.
Mr. President, thank you. At the end of such a momentous event, the word thank you seems kind of inadequate.
Lord,
but
this
for
is
all
embarrassing.
the millions whose lives will be saved,
My like to
and the
hell with
communities
all
where life will be
this.
transformed, thank you. So thank you.
They don't even know where to put the camera. Lord have mercy. Some of this stuff I didn't even see. Like, because they were over and over again. It's just like, okay, yeah, Biden again acting crazy. It's a commercial. Jingle from Carter, baby clothes. Oh, okay. mm, mm, mm. Biden up there getting a whole nap. Lord. Mm, mm, mm. This was the funniest to me, though. Like, just can't get it together. Could you imagine? I can't even imagine like being on staff there. All right, let's see what they're saying.
And it is this vision that guides every step I take in the mission. President Trump's leadership has redefined what is possible in the pursuit of progress and stability in the Middle East.
So what do we think about
His
Ivanka
decisive,
Trump's outfit? She looks good
pragmatic
too.
approach ensures that even the most entrenched conflicts are met with fresh perspectives and innovative strategies. His policies have already delivered remarkable successes.
Do you think Obama was
such as
continuing
yesterday's
what?
release of hostages in Gaza?
Let's put that down a bit. Do I think Obama was continuing what MLK left? That's a really good question.
This achievement.
Yes, she does look like Jackie. Yeah. I think Obama is far worse than MLK. Actually, I don't know if I think that they're far worse. I think Obama was just, if even possible, more better able to disguise who and what he really was. Actually, no, what am I saying? No, Obama was very open about what he believed. He was just better at kind of saying it in ways that went over our heads. It didn't sound as overt. Like, we heard Martin Luther King say, we need wealth redistribution. I don't think Obama would ever say that. I don't think he would say that. But I think he
My responsibility is
I
to
think they
implement
all
this
are
vision,
continuing.
engaging with leaders
When I say all, I
across
mean the
the
progressives,
region,
communists, they're all
building
continuing their
pathways
push
towards
of their
sustainable
radical
peace and
policies,
stability.
but
And let me
nobody
close
does it as good as Obama
Donald
in
Trump and his
covering up
voice makes this
what the
task
goal
not
really
only
is by their
possible,
rhetoric.
but far more
The only
effective.
person I say that is close is Vivek. But I wasn't supposed to say that. I'm sorry.
President Trump's reputation
I mean, Vivek is,
as
I
a
don't think
leader
Vivek is a
who
communist,
delivers
but
results resonates
I just
far
have my
beyond
thoughts.
Washington.
Hi,
Leaders in the
Keisha.
Middle
Hey,
East know their
Paul.
means what he
Happy
says.
MAGA Day. We did
His
it.
ability to cut
Yes,
through
we
bureaucratic gridlock and focus on
did it.
tangible
Trump
results
look
speaks
like
for
Sleepy
itself.
Joe there. Oh, I
It
missed
allows
it.
me to approach
I mean,
delicate
I can't
negotiations with the
like,
confidence and
so when I was,
pride of the United
my husband
States
heard
behind
me
me. The
talking to
principles
somebody who had called to invite us
President
to the
Trump has laid out for our
inauguration, and he's
approach
like,
to the Middle East and foreign policy
that is
issues
not something I
are
would do. We just
simple
moved,
and they are clear.
just got married. It was just too much. It was just gonna be
Respect
too
the
much, and I
sovereignty.
just could not.
Every nation deserves the right to
This has got
determine
to be a
its own
long day, like
destiny,
even for,
free from
even
interference
though
from
you're the
external
president and all this
powers.
excitement is happening, I just, oh, that's a lot.
Economic
That's a
prosperity
long
and a
day.
bridge to
He's been
stability.
talking and walking and doing all
Economic
this stuff
partnerships and
since
investment
probably, I'm sure, like
can
6,
build a
7 o'clock this
foundation for
morning.
cooperation that transcends historical
Kathy says, I
differences.
believe Carter had his second and third term as
Bridges
U.S. president
diplomacy. Real
through
progress
Barry
requires difficult conversations
I got you.
and
And his
bold
fourth and fifth
decisions. And it's
through,
through
not my,
these that trust is
the
built
resident
and
in beef.
maintained.
Okay.
And finally,
Oh,
first,
that's interesting.
reciprocity and
Mhm.
accountability. The United States requires
Yes.
reciprocal actions from our
Yes, we did
partners.
do it.
We are done carrying the financial burden for nations that are unwilling.
This is the kind of stuff I love about Trump. They just said we're done carrying the financial responsibilities of other nations.
We are done carrying the financial burden for nations that are unwilling to fund their own progress. The days of blank checks are over.
Done. Over. Period.
Partnerships under President Trump's leadership must be equitable, and contributions must reflect shared commitments to our goals. In my work, I've seen firsthand how these principles resonate.
So
They provide a
Eric Trump,
foundation that
who's
transcends
there on the screen, he came to my
politics
office when I ran
and
Black
speaks
Voices
to
for
the
Trump
shared humanity of all people
in
in a
2020.
region. Leaders across the Middle East recognize
They're all
that
really
this
tall,
Trump
and I'm short,
administration is
so everybody's
serious
kind of
about
tall, but
results, not
that family, they're
symbolic
just tall.
gestures, but real,
Like,
meaningful
but very nice
progress
man,
that improves lives.
very engaged,
It's
like wanted to have
thank you.
conversations with everybody, wasn't rushing out, was very, it was like the middle of COVID, but
It's not
wasn't like
always easy.
stand back,
There are moments
he
of
was,
deep challenge and frustration.
I've only heard and seen
Decades of
and
mistrust
good things
cannot be
from the
undone
people
overnight.
from the Trump family.
Yet I take comfort
Every
in
time
knowing
I
that I am not in
said
this
what you're
alone.
saying, I get the grief
President
look.
Trump's clarity
Okay.
of vision
You're talking about
ensures that I never have to question what success looks like. His leadership
are you talking about the
provides the
MLK stuff or
confidence and
the
direction
countries paying for their own stuff?
necessary to navigate these complexities. As we move forward, my commitment is to continue the work of advancing
We
President
did it,
Trump's vision for
Donald.
the
We
Middle
did it,
East,
Miss Reed. We
whether
did it,
through
Kelly.
expanding the Abraham
We
Peace
did it,
Accords,
Paul.
fostering
We did it,
economic
Mary.
development, or
We did it,
facilitating
y'all.
dialogue between long-standing adversaries. My focus remains on actionable results. Let me close by saying this. A stable and prosperous Middle East is not
That's
an
the
unattainable
question.
dream. It is a,
This
it is
is
a
the question,
goal
and I've been thinking about
within
that a
our
lot.
reach,
And I
made
think the
possible by
speaker
strong leadership and
Johnson actually
unwavering
said
commitment. Under President
there,
Trump's guidance, we are proving that the
since
impossible
he's
can
been
become
there,
reality.
Joe Biden
Thank
was
you.
signing stuff that
But
he
I
didn't
have
even know
one
what he
more
was
thing to
signing.
say.
I mean, we had to assume
We
that we didn't know
have
what he was signing
some special people for me
because
to introduce
we
you
could
to
tell when he
tonight.
talked, he
President
didn't have
Trump
no,
has been
there was
talking
no
to them as
thinking
well.
going on.
They are the families of
So yeah,
hostages
good question.
from Israel who have been in Gaza for the last year and a half. There are many of them here today. Several of the families have lost children and loved ones, and they're here
Yo,
because they're part of an effort
Kelly
to
is my first
retrieve their bodies so they
Kelly
can be
Matthew.
buried
Oh, I'm sorry,
in a
Kelly
proper
Matthew.
way. Several
Are
have
you? You're
children
not a
who are
they
still in
them.
captivity.
Wonder if there's a way
There
to
is an
track down
American
who's in
family
charge.
here whose loved one is scheduled to come
Probably
in 14
Obama.
days, and they're going to be meeting the president tonight. So let's give them all some love and a big hand. Come on.
But speaking of Israel and all of this, y'all know they were talking about Candace Owens. They're like, oh my gosh, when at the end of the swearing, you know, that part of the inauguration where they sworn in and all the singing and stuff. That so they had the benediction, and they had a rabbi, a Jewish rabbi, give the benediction. And they were like, Candace took down her live stream while the rabbi was praying. And I saw like in her speech, she was talking about all like the Palestinian, the babies who, you know, were harmed or hurt, killed in some instances. And it just like she doesn't mention the Israelis. Like I would understand if she was like her heart went out to all of the babies and all of, but it just seems like she's only, I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, what is this? I really don't get it. I don't understand this hatred of Israel. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me, especially with her being, a Christian. Because I hope she knows that Jesus is a Jew. That's gonna be a shocker in heaven. Yeah, we can make a good guess, but I would love to get in the computers and see what we got. Child, could you imagine? And did y'all see all the pardons that he gave to me? Okay, so when I saw the pardons, I'm just gonna mute this for a second. When I saw the pardons, I was like, everybody that Joe Biden pardoned were criminals. That's what I think. If your name was on this last group of pardons, because they hadn't actually been convicted of crimes. These were people that, so what are you're pardoning for them for future investigations? Like, I didn't even know pardons work like that. I didn't know you could like pardon someone for potentially doing something. That's like pardoning, that's like sentencing somebody who didn't do the crime for a future crime that they might commit. That's crazy to me. I did not know you could like pardon people in the future, like, for crimes that they might commit or might be investigated for. That's wild. I wonder if there's anything we could do about that, because what Fauci did to America is we need like some Nuremberg style trials for that man. Let's see. All right, what are we saying? Jonathan says, is evident. It absolutely
Thank
is.
you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, this is our president, y'all. Let's see what he's telling back.
So now the work begins. We won, but now the work begins. We have to bring them home. And, tonight I'm going to be signing on the J6 hostages, pardons, to get them out. And as soon as I leave, I'm going to the Oval Office and we'll be signing pardons for a lot of people, And thank you to Steve Witkoff. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine. He's been a very successful man. He's a great negotiator. He's wonderful guy. People love him, and he's got a tremendous power of persuasion. And that's what we need. We don't need stiffs. We don't need stiffs. We got a lot of stiffs. You just had a whole
Yes,
load
thank
of them.
God he's gonna. Those men have men and
And to the
women
former
have spent
hostages with us
4
today,
years in
welcome.
prison. Some died.
Welcome home. Some of the folks are
They
former
were being
hostages.
treated worse
Not a good
than
situation. The 3 young ladies that came
hardened
home
criminals.
yesterday, you saw
Find the
that.
short
More
and
coming
important
home
evidence
every
and
day
the
now. They're
secret
coming
files,
home.
the ones and
But
getting along with all
they
people.
were hurt.
Right.
They were hurt. They were hurt.
Agreed.
One had her head blown off, fingers on her hand, and her hand indeed was blown off. She was trying to defend herself
He
from a
deserves a little
bullet being
D.
fired. Do you believe this? A bullet knocked off her hand. I don't know. You look at it, it's a disgrace. We never stopped praying for you, and we're so glad that you're reunited with your friends and families, and God bless you all. And some of them are just saying, no, my son is gone, but please just bring home his body. Right, Steve? Many of you have told me that your son is gone, but bring home his body. It should have never happened. 3 years, it's ridiculous. Should have never happened. Wouldn't have happened. I also want to express my tremendous gratitude to the hundreds of thousands of proud American patriots who came from all across the country to join us in this celebration. It's a celebration of a big win. And you're witnessing the dawn of the golden age of America. That's what it's going to be. We're bringing it back. We're going to
The
bring it
golden
back faster.
age. What a
We're going to
time,
bring
what a
it back
time
faster.
to be alive.
Let us also thank the incredible service members, National Guardsmen, Police, Secret Service, and law enforcement personnel
Let's
keeping us all safe.
see.
Even though they are great people. New York's finest.
How does everyone feel
I
about
grew up with New
Elon
York's
Musk
finest,
and Mike Johnson?
I got to give them their authority back. There won't have any crime. There'll be no crime. You give them little authority back. The whole way they run things in this country now, it's disgraceful. But it's going to change rapidly. We're going to make our cities safe again, too. Even though we're indoors, we've had a magnificent inaugural parade. And let's give a big round of applause. They were great. To all of the incredible.
Let's see. Elon. Okay, so I think I think God is using Elon, and then I think he's gonna stop. And then I think we should be wary of it. I don't think we should Elon Elon doesn't believe in God. So he doesn't have anything that ties him to truth. He doesn't believe in the Almighty God. He doesn't. So there's nothing that ties him to truth. Mike Johnson. I think Mike Johnson has been weak. I think he has been weak. I don't think he has been doing Martian Elon. I don't think he has been doing what the American people would have wanted him to do as far as getting, certain bills and stuff to the floor. And so I think they had a right to want, to question his ability to lead. But maybe he did not have no, I can't even say that because he had the power. I mean, he had the power. Maybe he didn't have the votes that he thought he had, because we have to remember, what's his name? Mitch McConnell has a grip on a lot of these Congress people. So I mean, I think the jury's still out on Mike Johnson for me. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of him. What do you think? What do y'all think about Elon and Mike Johnson? Thank you, Mary. Keisha, great point. Without truth of God, it's only doing what's right in your own eyes. Exactly. That's why, even Vivek, I ain't rooting hard for Vivek. I'm not rooting hard for, Elon, I'm grateful for the things that he's done, but it's like, I I'm judging as we go, like step by step. I'm just watching the fruit, just watching the fruit. That's all we can really do. With man, this is impossible. However, God, all things are possible. Amen. And Leland, he doesn't know that there is a God who that loves him and wants to be in relationship with him. So, oh, here we go, baby. Here we go. Hopefully. Yeah. Don Jr. I think Don Jr. is supposed.
He's a popular one. He goes out and speaks. He gets a big crowd. He's a little on the rough side sometimes, but that's what you want. He's done a fantastic job, and he loves our country. Thanks, Don. Great job. He's done a great job. And Ivanka. And Jared negotiated the Abraham Accords, which are it's the biggest deal made in the Middle East in many, many years. And it's really
And my daughter is making macaroni and cheese for the first time. So she's coming in and checking. As long as there
and
is
Tiffany's going to have a little baby.
Life's breath, there is hope. Amen.
And Michael. And then I have a very tall son named Baron. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Paul. We know everybody, okay? We've been working with you for a while now. We know everybody, Trump. Look at Baron. Oh, little personality. Okay. All right. I've never seen him like his little personality. That's cute.
Thank you. He knew the youth vote. We won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood
yeah,
them very
he's
well.
like 6'7", 6'8", or something like that.
You got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did. We did, and Joe Rogan was great. They were all great, right?
My enemies are not human. Are not human.
Another famous
one.
Well,
I agree with that. Now,
stand up, Kai.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Your enemies are not human beings. Oh my. I got you, because of the enemy that's working within the human.
Is that
I understand what you're saying.
There?
Kelly, you
stand up,
somebody. I'm like, I need to get it together.
What a future this one has.
So I was talking with Byron Donald last Saturday.
That's great, Byron. Thank you very much. And
a couple years before, I told him, I was like, I think
he's going to
you
take in more
need
money
to run for governor of Florida.
Country has ever even
He's
thought
like, Keisha, everybody says they'll vote for you or want you to run for something until you actually run. Then you see who really is for you. I said, you got a point there. I told him last Saturday, I was like, look, we're still looking for you to run.
Nearly 80 destructive and
like, I hear you, I got you. So
executive actions of the previous administration, one of the worst
Governor Donalds,
maybe not the one. The worst. Anybody that would allow millions of people
happy to be there.
Through our
Thank
borders,
you, Kelly. Thank you.
Jails, prisons, mental institutions, insane asylums, gang members to be taken off the streets of Venezuela and deposited in our country, and many, not just Venezuela.
Get them out of here.
Is down 74% because they took their criminals and gave them to us through an open border policy of the previous administration.
Yes, they are.
All over the world, they're emptying their prisons into our country. They're emptying their mental institutions into our country. It stops as of 1 o'clock this afternoon. Okay, it stops.
Now, it's people that are crying at the border right now.
Revoking nearly 80 destructive, radical executive actions of the previous administration.
That the Biden administration gave them
Within
to just
about, what,
bum
5
rush
minutes? Is that
America
them over there?
was
5
shut
minutes?
down. So
And
what
next,
do
to
I
gain
say to
immediate
all these
control of the
illegals?
vast federal out-of-control bureaucracy, I will
And my
implement
Pam
an
boys from
immediate
Martin.
regulation
Get
freeze,
up
which
out
will
of here.
stop Biden bureaucrats from continuing to regulate. Most of those bureaucrats are being fired. They're gone. Should be all of them, but some sneak through, but we have to live with a couple, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll also issue a temporary hiring freeze to ensure that we're only hiring competent people who are faithful to the American public. And we will pause the hiring of any new IRS agents. We will also require that federal workers must return to the office in person.
Yeah. Get your behind back to work.
And we're
What
going
are
to
we
take the
paying for? Get in
88,000
the
people that
office.
they hired to go after
Get
you
in
with
there and
guns,
do
by the
your
way,
job.
allowed to use guns, and harass you like they were so many other people. Remember this, okay? Remember? Do you remember a little statement about tips? Does anybody remember that little statement? I think we won Nevada because of that
Yes,
statement.
Kelly, did you catch
But
that?
they went out and
External
harassed you
revenue
over the
service.
tips. In
Okay.
other words, we are restoring control of our government
That's
to the
called
people. We're going
President
to take
Trump.
those 88,000. Let's see if they'd like to work on the border, because that's where we want them, really. And,
I didn't expect the life to be so classy. Oh, is that a shame?
so we're going to have no tax on tips, right? No tax.
FBI great again.
We may have,
We
like
need
the Speaker of the
FBI.
House,
Like,
is
if
he
we
here?
have the
He's done
Department
such a good job.
Like, do
Is
we
Mike
need an
here?
FBI?
Around here someplace? I saw him just a little while ago.
Make the Secret Service great again.
Hello,
That
fellas.
part.
Look at you guys. Yeah, I know.
Do y'all
He's great.
think
He's
that
doing
we
great.
held the
They're all
inauguration
doing good. The
inside only
Republican
because of
Party
the
has
weather?
never
Or
been
do you think
unified
was
like it
because
is
of
right now. They
threats?
want to save our country.
I think it might have
We're
been.
going to more than save it. We're going to make it greater than it's ever been before by a lot. Next, I'm going to sign a presidential memorandum directing every member of my cabinet to marshal every power at their disposal to defeat inflation and rapidly bring down the cost of daily life, because your costs have gone through the roof in the last 4 years. Perhaps you didn't notice. Does anyone notice that costs are like double, triple, quadruple? You can't buy bacon. Apples have doubled in price. You want an apple, anybody? Pay twice what you did 2 years ago. We'll put more money in your pocket,
The Department of
and we'll bring back the American dream, and to reduce energy costs and liberate our economy. So we have more oil and gas than any country in the world, and we're going to use it. We're not going to do the wind thing. Big ugly windmills, they ruin your neighborhood. They ruin you. If you have a house that's near a windmill, guess what? Your house is worth less than half. And did you see up in New England with the whales? You see what's happening? So they had 2 whales killed in about 14 years. Last year and the year before, total, they had 28.
So the wind
If you're
causes
into
whales to
you don't want windmills either.
go
And they're the
nuts,
most
kind of.
expensive form of energy.
Yeah, the
that you can
windmills are
have
not
by
good
far.
for the animals.
And they're all
but
made in China, by the way.
they say they love the
Practically all of
animals
them.
and all of this stuff, but the windmills are
And they
terrible
kill
for
your birds and they ruin your beautiful landscapes.
and they
But
kill
other
birds.
than that, I think they're quite good, right? Now, remember when we used to joke and kid when we were kidding, but we don't kid anymore? They want to watch the debates on television. They want to watch your favorite president on television. But the wind isn't blowing, so we can't watch television that night, Gladys. Remember? Gladys, I'm sorry. The wind is just not blowing. We're not watching Trump tonight.
All right, Grant. Okay.
But I'm immediately withdrawing from the unfair, one-sided Paris Climate Accord ripoff. The United States
Look at that guy.
will not
He's sweet.
sabotage our own industries while China pollutes with impunity. You know, China, I mean, look, they use a lot of dirty energy, but they produce a lot of energy. And when that stuff goes up in the air, you know, it doesn't stay there. It's not like you got a wall. We love walls, don't we? Not like you have a wall around and it doesn't. It floats into the United States of America after 3.5 to 5.5 days. It floats across the oceans, and it comes right over your neighborhood, and it falls into your neighborhood. So they all say, we have to fight for cleaner air, but yeah, the dirty air is dropping all over us. So what the hell are they talking about? Unless everybody does it, it just doesn't work. You know, we had the cleanest air and the cleanest water that this country's ever had under the Trump administration. And we didn't do anything to stop jobs and stop production. Believe me, you're going to see a lot of companies come pouring
That's
back
right,
because
Kelly.
tariffs. I
Grant
always say
Hall
tariffs is the
told
most
me to
beautiful word to
so
me in
that's why
the
I'm not
dictionary.
talking.
And I was reprimanded by the fake news. They said, what about love, religion, and God? I said, I agree. Let's put God number one. Let's put religion number two. Love, I don't know. We got to put that number three, I guess, right? And then it's tariff. Because tariffs are going to make us rich as hell. It's going to bring our country's businesses back that left us. And I'll also sign an executive order to immediately end federal government censorship of the American people. In America, we believe in free speech, and we're bringing it back starting today to stop the weaponization. Oh, do I know about that? These creeps. Deranged Jack Smith. You ever hear of him? Deranged. He's a deranged prosecutor. He's sick. They suck him on me. He's now been reduced to getting on an airplane, going back to The Hague or wherever the hell he came from. We got to get rid of that guy. Hey, was he one of the many people that got a pardon today? Did they pardon Jack Smith? You know, did you know that Biden, while I was making my speech, pardoned his whole family? The brother, the whole deal was pardoned. Can you imagine that? While I was making my speech. Did everybody hear my speech? Did you like my speech?
That's crazy.
Thank you.
Pardon his whole family.
I mean, the only thing wrong with it is I had a lot of tough things to say, and I have some great people that work for me. Sir, this is such a great speech. It's so unifying. Don't talk about Biden with his pardons of his family. We want a unified country. They said, don't talk about the J6 hostages that you're going to be releasing today.
I don't know. I mean, he did it. Biden did it.
Sir, don't
Like,
put that in your speech,
right
please.
before Trump got sworn in. So I don't know when exactly.
I said, but I want to put it in my speech. I said, sir, it won't be unified like it is. It's so beautiful the way it is. And it is getting great reviews. You know, if I put things like that in, I'll get terrible reviews. One little paragraph that's a little bit wrong, the fake news goes crazy, right? So I said, all right, I won't put it in my speech, but you know what? I'm speaking in front of a hell of a lot of people at a place called Capital One Arena, and I'll talk about it there. So we're going to be going over the beautiful Oval Office, one of the great offices in history. Even if it wasn't beautiful, it's the Oval Office, but it is beautiful. And we love the Oval Office. It all starts with the wars start and end there. Everything starts and ends at the Oval Office. We love it. But we're going to go to the Oval Office. We're going to release our great hostages that didn't do, for the most part, they didn't do stuff wrong. You take a look at what went on, and look what happens in other parts of the country. In Portland, where they kill people, they destroy the city. Nothing happens to them. In Seattle, where they took over a big chunk of the city, nothing happened. Minneapolis, where they burned down the city, nothing happened. Essentially, nothing happened.
Okay.
All
guys.
they want
Well,
to
I
do is
thought he
go
was going
after
to
the
be signing them
J6
here.
hostages. A
And it looks like he's going to be
76-year-old
signing
grandmother
them
was arrested the other day because she was looking,
the
I
Oval
think,
Office,
because she
and we're
was
gonna have to
looking at the
travel
Capitol or
over there.
something like that.
So does anyone know what's going on
No,
with
we're not going to put up with that
her
crap anymore.
soon-to-be felon husband? I don't know what's going on right now, but I will be following
And to
that
stop the
story.
weaponization of law enforcement,
That woman is
I've been
crazy.
investigated more than any human being in the world. I believe I have the all-time record. Every day a subpoena. Every single day would get subpoenas. I was more than any person. Alphonse Capone, remember I used to talk about it? Now, Alphonse Capone, Scarface, he was a pretty rough guy. He was investigated about 1/100th what Trump was investigated. My father's looking down at me, my mother. How the hell did this happen? You know what it is? They investigated their political opponent, the opponent of Biden.
Yep, Kelly.
And
The
then
man of
ultimately,
to be a trumpet.
Kamala. Has anyone
That's
ever
what
heard
the
of
man
Kamala?
prophesied. That's what he said. And he did.
We had to beat two opponents. You know, we had to beat Biden and we beat him. Now he goes on top. The guy was like 39 points down.
Yeah.
I think I could have beaten Trump. They should have left me and I would have beaten. No, his debate performance wasn't the best, right? That's what killed him. And then they had to change, and that's like you get into a fight. The great Dana White spoke last night. We love Dana White, right? UFC. That's like he puts in two fighters. One of them's getting creamed, getting really beaten, and they say, all right, take him out. Let's put somebody else in to finish up the fight. That's what they did to us.
The spew.
They gave us somebody new, but we took care of both of them. So we beat actually two opponents. But to stop the weaponization of law enforcement and our government, I will also sign an order directing every federal agency to preserve all records pertaining to political persecutions under the last administration, of which there were many,
I miss you, girl.
and beginning the process of exposing any and all abuses of power, even though he's pardoned many of these people. Can you believe it? He's pardoned them. You know why he did it while I was speaking? Because that way I couldn't speak about it. I was speaking. I didn't know he did it. I finished my speech, and they said, sir, he pardoned his whole family. I said, oh, can I go back out there and talk about it? Somehow that wouldn't be very elegant. Our first lady would say, please don't do that.
Hello, Cheddars.
But we have plenty of time to talk about it.
I know.
And we will. We're doing all of this on our very first day in office. You know, don't forget, we've been in this position, really, where we won the primaries in record time. We were the fastest win of a primary ever in political history, which is a very nice thing. It's nice to know. Well, the second election was rigged, so we knew we were doing well. And if it wasn't, you know what? If it wasn't, I would have never run. But this third one was just a monster. Boy, was that a big one, huh? That was a big one. On the second one, we got like 10 or 12 million votes more than the first one. How about that? We did great on the first one. We did much better on the second one. But man, did we do well on the third one. So we're gonna have some fun.
The assassination attempt. Oh yeah, that and
Very
nothing
simple.
but God. And he has continued to acknowledge. I think
we're gonna make America great again. How good a name is MAGA, though?
To God. Don't know if he's saved, but I definitely think it brought him closer to God.
I was going to say keep America great, but unfortunately it wasn't great. Can't say keep it great. It will be great again. But CAG, keep America great. CAG, I don't think it's ever going to replace MAGA. Does anybody like CAG? I don't think so. Never replacing MAGA. Nothing will ever replace MAGA. MAGA was the most successful
but I get it. As long
political
as we don't live
operation, political movement.
Yeah, we can't.
Country, maybe in the history of the world. Let's see what happens.
Vengeance and God's vengeance is his. We just got to go in and do what God tells us to
We got a
do.
long way to go.
I am praying that Trump
but we're doing
decreases
this in the very
and let God increase in him. That's my prayer
in
for
just
him.
a few moments.
And that he gets
I'm not only signing the release of the J6
to
hostages,
the Holy
I'm
Ghost,
signing
to the Father,
other
Son, and Holy
things that
Spirit.
you're going to love. Oh, you're going to be happy reading newspapers tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day.
Hey, you guys, if you
So I
want
just
to
want to
support
thank,
the
look at this
channel,
place. It's full to the
you can
rafters.
send a
You don't
super
have
sticker
any.
or a
Look at
super
those
chat,
people up there.
or you can cash
You
app.
don't have any empty seats. And by the way, the Capital One owners, they are so good. We got to root for their teams because they have been so great to MAGA, to us. And I just want to thank Ted and everybody. You guys have been fantastic. And the ice hockey team's doing great.
You can cash out me there.
Ovechkin's pretty good, right? They're doing
You want
great.
to
So I
choose
want to
your
thank
support?
them, Capital One Arena owners. They have been
Oh, hey,
absolutely
Brian.
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
And thank you once again to everyone. And I can only tell you, you're going to be very happy. You're going to watch a lot of good things happen. We got to stop some
Please show
wars
your
that are
partner
happening and
having
going
Trump
on.
had
Some stupid things are happening. The war with Ukraine would have never happened. And
I truly
as
believe
you
that.
know, Israel would
People
have
used
never
to tell
been
me,
hit
oh,
on
Trump is
October
there. I'm
7th.
like, I
And
don't
you
think
would,
Trump is
none of you
saved.
would be up here. None of you would even know
I don't
anything
think Trump
about
is
this
saved.
tragedy
But I
that you're
think
going
he
through right
is
now.
closer
But
to there
Iran
than
was
he's ever
broke.
been before.
Anybody that bought oil from
Thank you, Brian.
Iran,
You're very
they couldn't do
kind.
any business with us. You're not going to do business with America.
Oh, really,
China
Kelly?
passed.
Okay,
Everybody
that's one of the
passed. They
promises.
were
He will
broke.
be in praise.
They didn't have money for
Praise the
Hamas. They
Lord.
didn't have money for
Praise the
Hezbollah.
Lord.
And your sons would be alive, and they certainly wouldn't be incarcerated like they are. It's such a shame. But we're
Yes,
getting a lot of people out in
humility is
a
not a
short
strong
period of time.
point, though.
So I'm going to
No,
go
it's
right
not.
over to
Jesus
here,
must
and I'm going to
increase.
sign in
Yes.
front of you. Is that okay? Good.
Oh, he is going to sign of you. He is. I want immigration. I want the DEI, and I want the trans stuff. That's what I'm looking for. Give me what I want, Trump. Immigration, DEI, and the trans stuff. That's what I'm hoping to see. What do you guys want to see as far as him signing? I want immigration, DEI, and the trans. That's classy. Yes. Let's go.
You have that
Let's
other
get
one to
it.
sign? So you have the other one to sign?
We don't have it over here yet, so we'll have it for you back. The first is the rescissions of 78 Biden-era EOs and presidential memoranda.
You want to call it up? You want to say it? You want to say it?
Oh, if you want me to, sir.
Why don't you say what I'm signing?
Sure. The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others.
Okay. I'm not sure what that means.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The second item, President Trump, is a regulatory freeze, as you announced in your speech, preventing bureaucrats from issuing any more regulations until we have full control of this, the government and this administration.
That's a good one. All right. Okay. So a regulation freeze because the government is still working. He's like freeze.
The next item, sir, is a freeze on all federal hiring, excepting the military and a number of other excluded categories. Again, until full control
Freeze
of
of
the
federal
government is achieved,
hiring,
and we understand the
excluding the
objectives of government
military.
going forward.
Until Trump can get in there and see what's going on and get hiring going again.
Could you imagine Biden doing this? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Trump is unique to
Sir,
himself.
the next item, as you announced in your speech, is a requirement that federal workers return to full-time in-person work
Yes,
immediately.
get your butt in the seat. That's what we're paying for. Trump is back like daddy coming home and we have to return the guy mama a hard time. They'll act. Okay. Oh, yes, Angel. Yes, thank you, Angel.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have a directive to every department and agency in the federal government to address the cost of living crisis that has cost Americans so dearly.
Let's make these things off. No matter who is can't touch this. Yes. So my assumption is these are just placeholders until they can get the actual bills into law and get it passed in Congress. But we've got to do it quick because we only have 2 years until we have midterms.
Thank you, sir. The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty.
Yes, I like that one too. Yep, don't want that.
Yes, sir.
Is there any way you can get rid of IRS? With that.
We're going to save over $1 trillion by withdrawing from that treaty.
Wow, that is insanity. You got this treaty going on, costing us $1 trillion when
And
people
the
can't
next item,
even
sir,
buy
is a letter
eggs
that
and
will be
bacon. This is
transmitted to the
ridiculous.
United Nations explaining that we are withdrawing from the Paris Climate Treaty.
Close down the UN. Yes. Now let us behave as holy as spirit working together. Human and lady. Is that for me, Kelly? Boom. Exactly, Paul. Boom.
Thank you, sir. This next item is a directive to the federal government ordering the restoration of freedom of speech and preventing government censorship of free speech.
Yes. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. Somebody on the news called Trump signature.
And lastly,
and
sir, before we go
EKG.
back to the Oval Office to sign a large number of other items, is a directive to the federal government ending the weaponization of government against the political adversaries of the previous administration, as we've seen. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Pretty fun job.
I love that. Who does that? Like he's a man for the people. He really does love people. Like this is like a kind of like a rally. Like I don't know any other president that has ever done anything like this. This is unique only unto Trump. Yes, get back to work. Thank you for your yes, you guys. Thank you guys so very much. Thanks for watching this with me. Thank you for giving me things to think about, like as I'm reading your comments and stuff. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Angel, for jumping in and helping me, girl. I forget, but if you haven't subscribed, if you did not hit the like button, please do. If you want to support, please do. You know, this has been rough. These last 4 years have been so tough. Very, very tough. And it is God's grace and mercy. Truly, it is God's grace and mercy that has kept us. It has been God's grace and mercy that has kept us. We, you know, things have not been easy for so many Americans. You couldn't find a job if you wanted to, couldn't buy a job, couldn't do much. But we give all glory to God. We don't over here what we do on this channel. We like Trump as a leader. We like Trump. We like his personality and the things that he does. We don't like everything, obviously. But we do believe that God is using him. We give all glory to God. We respect Trump. We respect him as president. We like his leadership. We align with with the policies that he presents. But we don't worship Trump. We worship the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And that is Jesus Christ. So if you do not know him, get to know him. It is nothing like having a God that wants to be close and near to us. his creation. So God bless you. Thank you for watching. Happy Inauguration Day to our new president. Once again, Mr. President, thank you so much for everything he's doing. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.